is intended for a mature audience. If you are not 18 or older, stop listening and find more age-appropriate content. This show will cover topics in a satirical manner. If you are offended by any content herein, that is your own problem. As you have been warned, please do not try this at home, or anywhere else for that matter.
And now, for the most famous words in motorsports.
Oh, hell no!
And welcome to Blown Pistons. I'm your host, Gremlin Dave. Sitting to my right, Hammer.
Hey.
Sitting to my left, the Libracious Ape.
Hey, what's up?
Straight across from me is the Ginger Fisherman, I think is what we're calling him now.
Yo.
And we have Mark from Slide Society.
Howdy.
How the hell are you guys?
Fantastic.
Great after that fucking last time we all met.
Still tired.
Oh shit, that show was awesome.
You're still tired from that?
No, I'm tired from, I was at G-Ops last night till like 3 o'clock in the morning. We're trying to get our cars ready for Virginia, so. We just did a Team Vibes event.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I haven't touched my car. We're just trying to get his car taken care of, and we did all the rear suspension bits and 5-lug conversion, so making progress.
What kind of car is it?
It's S13 Coupe
Sweet.
from Japan.
Nice. And you're taking your drift car down there?
Yep.
Sweet. Trailer them both?
Well, yeah, all three.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I thought there's just you.
Can't have a team if it's just two people.
Well, you can.
That's a pretty lame team.
It is.
That would be a duo.
Like Batman and Robin.
And where's this happening?
Shenandoah Valley, Virginia, at Shenandoah Raceway.
Ooh, need a pit crew?
We're already pretty strapped for cash as it is.
And when is it?
End of June.
Oh, okay.
Last weekend of June, so.
Nice. So, yeah, getting back to it, we had the event at Automotion, Delta Speedway, which was badass. I got to tell you guys, it was a lot of fun. We had a blast there.
Glad you had a good time.
It was cool kind of running around, getting to see how everything works, getting to be down on the track, getting in a car. Sorry, Mark.
Fuck you.
Grape Ape. He's talking
Oh, I'm
to
sorry.
Grape
This
Ape.
is a clean show. My bad.
No, you can say fuck.
Yeah, fuck that.
Fucky, fuck.
Cunt, bitch, motherfucker, ass, whore. Keep going, man.
I'm used to another show. My bad.
Why? The other show's much worse.
Are we talking about Midnight Sushi?
That or shots. Either way, they're both,
No, I got to give Red over here props for actually finding a helmet to fit my fat head.
Can you try that again, please?
Sorry, he's having
Dry
a
hit.
Yeah.
No, I got to thank Red for actually finding a helmet
Red?
to fit my massively huge head.
I guess now you're red.
I've been called that many times.
Aren't
I don't know, the
most
fisherman ginger,
chicks-
whatever you call him.
Aren't most women called red? They're usually barmaids. Kind of a little loose.
Well, we know he's loose.
You could be my loose barmaid.
Any day, big boy.
All right, looks like we're making a love connection.
So, anyway, we decided which ride I was going to ride in, the whole 9 yards. And I went up to catch him on the round I was supposed to jump in. He wanted to take one more round with the guy in the car, and snap.
Broke a steering knuckle.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that was?
That was a aluminium.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Which just meant there was a sign I wasn't supposed to be in one of those cars yet.
I'm not even supposed to be here today. Toss little clerks at you.
Well, his first main thing was it'll make everything worth it if I could get down on the track. Well, I got him down on the track, and he was pretty giddy. He was happy as hell.
I like getting the candy store, smelling the rubber. Oh, listening to all that prep motor. Oh, yeah.
I know he did have a question of trying to find the perfect car for him to drift if he wanted to drift, and we were talking about it possibly doing like the bubble style Caprice.
Negatory.
Why?
What do you think a person of his stature? What do you think would be the perfect?
You don't want
car
a
for
big
him?
A VW bug.
You don't want a big lazy body to start off drifting. You just won't really get anywhere.
So Mark hit the gym.
It's all about technique. Get a BMW, man. That seems to be what everyone's doing nowadays. They're the new S13.
There were a lot on that circuit.
Yep, there were a lot. They're the new S chassis. S chassis just keep going up in price. Drift tax, people crashing them, and BMWs are plentiful.
Parts are getting harder and harder to find for them.
Yep. But there's a shit ton of aftermarket for BMWs. You don't want to do any custom bullshit for your first drift build because you crash it, you got to make the part again. They just don't have support for what we do, which is mainly steering mods and other shit like that. But or you could do a Fox body, like that's the most understated drift car there is. That's
Dave
the car
was,
with clearly the most aftermarket support in the United States.
The table just rose an inch. Dave, what was the body that he was talking about?
Fox body.
Okay.
Ooh, I felt that
the gentleman
actually.
out there that had that orange, like that rustic orange one, he was tearing it up with that car.
Oh, the notchback, the four-eyed notchback?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a sick car. I liked it. It was one of my favorites. I
Was
know
that mine?
Danny mentioned that car was involved in a little pile-up after we left.
I think so, yeah. If I can remember. I think Brandon?
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, that was like the last run of the day, too.
There's 6 cars out on the track or
Yep.
something like that. It was just a cluster.
Yeah.
One guy spun out. The other guy went around. He spun out, and then...
That I kind of wish we'd have been there, but it really sucks that it was the Mustang involved.
Mustang's fine.
Oh, that's good.
240 took the brunt of it.
Yes.
I think he ripped off a tie rod.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as everybody's okay, that's the main concern.
No, that's
And
always the...
I'll say one thing, though.
Number one.
Whenever anybody crashed, you guys were on top of that shit, and it was amazing.
You're goddamn right we were.
But nobody crashed, really.
It was pretty minor incidents, nothing major.
A couple of bumper rubs on the wall.
Yep.
Mark's truck rolling by itself.
That was hilarious.
No, it was not because Ty was in there. I had my buddy, and he was like, I'll just move the thing forward for you a little bit. I was like, okay, whatever. And then who the fuck was yelling at me? I was like, I knew I was good.
The gentleman releasing the cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was afraid I was going to get run over, so Skyler, love you, buddy. You're always looking out for my back, but I got that. I got that sixth sense,
Dude,
too.
you weigh more than that truck does.
Yes, I do.
I mean, you're not a hefty guy, but it's... I could use that car for a roller, your truck for a roller skate.
Oh, yeah.
That's what makes those perfect, though.
That truck now has a WRX hood scoop on it.
Ooh.
And it's functional.
I was just going to ask.
Oh, man.
Because if I'm going 80 down the highway, I still have the radiator that came in it, and it's a copper radiator, and all the fins are gone.
Oh, shit.
And I was like, I'm not paying money for a radiator, so I'll just cut a hole in my hood. Then
$30 at the nearest junkyard, dude.
No, I don't do junkyard parts.
You got to go back old school.
I'm a mechanic.
Those are some of the best parts you can find.
No.
I grew up in northern Wisconsin, man. And
Yeah, you're a junkyard mechanic, Mark.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, ape.
I could probably build a drift car out of some parts out of the middle
I mean,
of
you
nowhere.
could technically drift anything. It's just how hard do you fucking want to work it, you know?
Well, no, exactly.
Well, how much technique are you going to learn from
It takes
something?
skill. It takes... I mean,
Yeah.
trust me, I understand all
Yeah.
that. And watching them guys out there was awesome.
And
You know?
joining us now is Kenny the Midget.
Oh, we're in violation of contract.
Why, what's that?
This episode is brought to you in part by Resurrection Vapor at resurrectionvapor.com. Check them out for great lines of juice. Also, this episode has been brought to you in part by Vape Walkie in Pewaukee, Wisconsin. High-end, low-end, everything in between on their walls, including hundreds of fucking bottles of juices and great times, good oldies, live from WKRP.
Wait, what?
I have no
Crap?
fucking idea.
Crap or carb?
KRP, crap. WKRP in Cincinnati.
I was about to say, that's, yeah, a show that's been dead for, what, 30 years?
Longer than your sex life.
Well, considering I wasn't having sex when that show left the air.
Well, you fucked your mom up pretty good.
How do you know?
I've met her.
Yeah, good point. One of us fucked
Sir.
one of each other up pretty good. I don't know.
So one of my biggest questions in watching all them cars out there, there's only a couple of V8s or whatever. Like one of you guys wanted me to ride in. You said it was better to jump in one of the V8 guys.
Yeah, because they can haul your fat ass.
Yeah, even if I have like a 110-pound passenger in my car, man, it changes the aspect of that thing like fucking crazy.
Well, no, that's why I think...
Seriously, it changes it that much. I mean, literally.
My car weighs 2,000 pounds and has 130 horsepower. It absolutely does.
Okay.
Well, I think Caleb was a little hesitant about me getting in his car.
Yeah, his car's bone stock. I think it makes maybe like 180, 200.
Wow.
It was fun, though.
Yeah, we got a good picture out of it.
I got told to get into a car that's actually some power and a guy that knows how to drift.
Yep. Yeah, we have people from all skill levels at our events, so I prefer.
Yeah, even the ones who walked around or ran around and didn't even fucking make one drift on a corner.
Yep.
Well, the one guy that was driving that BMW wagon style, he was getting better at the end of the day.
Oh, yeah,
he was making progress.
No, that was actually his first drift event, so that was pretty cool. And you just got to throw him a couple tips. He had some really grippy tires in the rear, so just like flip-flop some shit around.
Yeah.
And then bump up that tire pressure, and then
you
won't understeer as bad. And
you could tell each time he went out, he was gaining some ground, and he was getting better by the end of the day.
that kid was actually doing like really good for like a first drift event at the end of the day. But he had some driving experience before. I think he did like high speed autocross. So I just told him you're basically gonna have to unlearn a lot of the shit that you did. Anything that says like how to grip through a corner, because it's kind of ingrained in your body. You just kind of gotta unlearn that shit. But yeah.
Well, you said Fester went in with him.
Yep, and Fester rode along with him, and that's where he really started to pick up. But he was going way too hot for starting and not really knowing how to make things work the way they should. So I was pretty nervous when he was going around. But after Fester got out of that car with him, I'm pretty sure I was pretty confident with that kid's driving abilities. So
I'd like to see what he does throughout the whole season.
That's the best part about what we do, man. I love watching the newbies like
progress,
yep. And then we get to tandem with them at the end of the year. So
cool.
That's good.
That
shit.
is really cool. And you guys, I mean, it was really cool watching them go out one-on-one or by themselves, and then watching when you guys would bring out the 3-4 cars and stuff like that.
Yeah, the guys that worked so good together, 5 of them would come out at the same time, but they all knew each other. You could tell.
Yep.
Just by the way they walked around the track, and then a couple of them would actually pass each other in the long corner coming out.
Yep.
You know, so they made it perfect. I mean, just a good show for the crowd.
Yeah.
And that's what kept, I think, that big crowd staying there as long as they were waiting. Oh, there's going to be a big group coming. There's going to be a big group coming.
Yeah, and shortly after we left, I heard that big group is the group that fucked up.
Well,
after we left, there was an accident.
Oh.
The one that we were
Nothing major. It was
about.
just miscalculated. Like, someone spun out and they just zigged when they should have zagged. So no big deal. Very
Sucks
minor.
to
But
suck.
like you said, nobody got hurt.
No.
Covered a little damage to the cars.
It's a fantastic event.
Good.
Yep.
I know Danny was saying he got irritated with one thing, and I think he said you got a little irritated with it. Something about Volkswagens coming in and taking up about 15 minutes of your guys' time.
I'll just be brief on it. I've said my piece with the track owner and whatnot, but basically we are there for a drift day. And we in the past we've had incidents like we used to. The Dells Raceway Park was our home for about a year and a half, and that got ruined because dumb fucks that didn't want to pay to get into the event, but they watched us drift. Then they decided to fuck around on the streets, just outside the track. They got us, like, they put the track's owner balls in a vice, which in turn put my balls in a vice. So our only event at the Dells Raceway Park is Automotion, because we're bringing in a shit ton of money for them. But basically, those people in the parking lot, there's a group of Volkswagens all turbocharged, and they had their misfiring systems on them, and their two-step, their launch control, however the fuck you want to say it. And they were just popping that shit off the whole time. And some people were trying to look in the parking lot and stare. One, that's like the fucking reason why we got booted and our shit got, fucked up, you know?
Yeah.
So then the track owner...
Booted from where?
Well, not booted, but like just the raceway itself. Like the town got involved, and they were like, "Look, I got too many complaints about noise and people fucking off on the streets."
Well,
so what the owner does is he takes those people. Like, I love my people that come to my events. They're my family and shit like that. They pay to come in and to drift and have a good time. These people did not pay to go into the pits. And they took up my people's time. That did pay.
So wait.
And we're there to drift.
We had freeloaders?
Sure. But like
no,
I said,
I'm serious. They did not pay.
They were freeloaders, yes. But it was at the whim of the owner, and I'm still, I've already told him this and whatever, so, I mean, it's smush, but, yeah. He just had them come in. He's like, well, I thought it'd be good for diversity and whatnot, just because it's a crowd event and whatever. I didn't see any which way the crowd gave a fuck or not. They could have just been cars drifting out there. They would have cheered just as much as those idiots out there, or if not more. But those idiots took up my people's time. That's what pissed me off the most.
Well, and what he's saying with that is they were staying in the parking lot and doing their bullshit.
Yeah, shit that would have got the cops called on them.
They didn't go into the stands and pay to get in there. They didn't go into the pits and pay to get in there. They stayed out in the parking lot and created a bunch of havoc.
Okay.
And that's what cost his people's time.
As
and
well as the
energy.
fact that it would have violated or voided a insurance waiver. It would have fucked everything up.
But it brought the law and everything involved. So.
Exactly.
Skyler even went out there to make them stop too.
Yeah, that's what sucked too, because Skyler went out there, he bitched at him, and then the track owner comes up to him or somebody and says, "Hey, why don't you guys come back then?" I don't know if he was just trying to like make it so that it would just get all that bullshit out of their system so that we can move on with the day. I could understand from that point of view, but it still took up my people's time.
Yeah,
and that's what irked me. And that's I'll just end it there. Like me and the
Well,
owner, like I said, we're cool about it. It is what it is.
It sounds like you guys ended on a good note. I mean,
Yeah, we absolutely did. Next year will actually be much, much bigger.
Are you guys gonna do more shows there? Or?
I will reveal more as time
in later
progresses.
dates, and we'll talk a little bit off the air about that too, because I got this weird feeling from him right now that we should talk about it off the air.
All right,
So the
gotcha.
automotion thing, like you said, you're still going to be there for that. That's your big event up there.
That's our big event there. And
Now,
that's
my question is, have you thought, or do you know any professional drifters that would be willing to, that are in town anytime during that, to where they come in and just put on a show just for fun of it for the crowd that's there?
I know people. Yeah, it's just
That's what I'm saying. It's like I had
everything
asked about
lines
the
up.
people that were there.
Right.
There were some pretty good guys, don't get me wrong, but you
Right.
said none of them were like, what's his name from the TV show? Adam
Farah?
No.
You're not talking about like Ken Block and stuff like that, are you?
No, the
There were some high
three guys that did the TV show. The one of
Oh.
them was a racer, and he does like
Yeah,
Baja
Adam.
and all that.
Tanner Faust.
Yeah, guys like that.
Okay.
I know some pro drifters right now, but the thing is with scheduling is like,
That's what I was asking.
they're going coast to coast. and
Okay.
The cost it takes to run one of those cars, you're talking about tires, travel, fuel costs. Like, I got one of my buddies coming in, and he's doing, shameless plug, Doc. He's sponsored by Doc. That is Jeff Jones. He'll be doing a couple demos this year, except it's about $5,000 every time he has to come here.
Okay.
So
It costs him $5,000 just to play.
yeah.
Well, we could probably
Just
help
to
him.
play.
We could probably help him cut back on costs if we give him some, free advertisement.
But
make
it's
it,
still
make it tax deductible a little bit.
At the same time, it is still just like
Yeah.
time and everything.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
do you want to do if you are in a professional level of drifting? Mm-hmm. It costs you a fuck ton of money. You don't make money drifting, period, unless you're like top 5 dudes. And you're going to take a chance of fucking up your car.
On an unknown surface.
Well, just you're not
For
in
what?
competition.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
not in
okay.
competition. You're doing it for fun. You fucked up your fucking shit for fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Whoops.
the sponsors are gonna get pissed, and
Yeah. But, like, I don't know. We have a lot of Pro-Am guys. There were some Pro-Am guys there.
Okay.
Some ex-pro drifters.
See, I'm learning
So
this. That's
that's-
why I'm asking. I didn't know how that all
Yeah.
panned out.
But,
Like, you could tell the ones that have been doing this for a long time.
oh, yeah.
I forgot what it was. I think it was an Audi,
the LS cars.
and he had, I know he had purple rims and red rims.
Purple and red.
Red in
rims,
front,
yeah.
purple in the back. That's all I remember. It was a silver
I remember the
Audi, I believe, whatever.
I remember the pizza guy.
And Domino's
You
was
liked
always late.
It was
That
Well, you
kid
had
gave
to
that
sound-
car an ass beating, but I got to give him credit because he just kept going. I loved it.
No, and I gotta say thank you first and foremost to Slide Society Drifting for allowing us free reign of the facility. I mean, you guys let us do. It's like, hey, can we do this? Mark would look at us and go, "Fuck, dude, why are you asking? Go."
Yeah, if you pay to get in the gates, that's why you pay to get in the gates. You got free reign of everywhere. It just notify me if you're going to be out on the track or
Yeah.
in an
Yeah.
area.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
notify me first, and I'll make sure. I'll just do like a visual pat down to see if you're retarded or not.
Well,
And
yeah.
if
that's
I don't
what-
think you belong out on the track, you're not going on the fucking track.
Why the hell did you let me out there?
Sorry, ocular pat down. That's
Next
There
time,
we
give
go.
me a physical pat down.
I'm not down with that shit.
Liar.
I think that's Scott's job.
That is Scott's
You'll
job.
go through tech.
So you do take volunteer work at your home base now?
That's
People want to come out and help you on a day
pretty
you're
much
doing
what
an
our
event,
staff
stuff
is.
like
But
that?
like our designated staff, like we've been working with our staff since the beginning, you know, and they're like my close personal friends, so we all
Oh,
know
yeah, you
what our jobs are and whatnot. But if there's some people
Sounds
like
familiar.
that'd be down to help out with some things,
yeah.
that's okay. But generally speaking, it's just we all know what our jobs are, and we're very efficient at it.
You
so.
can definitely tell the chemistry that you guys have with everybody there. I mean,
Yep.
it was awesome. You guys were timed perfectly. I mean, like I said, something would go wrong. You guys knew how to get on it right away.
You didn't have 6 guys rushing out there. There was 2 of you that knew exactly where to be, when to be, and how to be.
We've been doing it since 09, so I sure hope we got our shit together.
You know, it's like I'd mentioned to you, I have experience with track racing myself at a younger age. So being around the track again, it just felt so natural. You know, watching the cars. I mean, I was literally leaning over the barrier watching him come around because I knew to watch where he was going to be. And if there was any mistake, I knew I could, be here, and it ain't going to affect me none. But it felt so natural being out there again, and to maybe get a couple chances during the summer while I'm going through my condition right now to, keep that experience alive in my head. It'd be just awesome.
Absolutely, man. If like at our Jefferson events, if you want to come out and just be one of our media spotter guys, like we have a bunch of media guys that want to go to the infield and watch. But if you want to spot for them, by all means, just tag along. Just make sure they don't get hit.
Yeah.
It's kind of impossible to get hit on that track, but anything is possible.
Yeah, you just got to make sure that they're not leaning out in the wrong way at the wrong time.
And Danny, you did a hell of a job picking up those cones.
Thank you.
Sometimes I'll pick up cones, but I make Danny do it the most because he's very aerodynamic.
Limber and aerodynamic.
Well, he is the ginger. He's more, seeable.
He's the same color as the cones.
So, Mark, you're Ape, you're willing to do all this volunteer work. When's the schedule there, Mr. Mark? I'm going to call you now from now on.
Yeah, you were supposed to give me
The
that, by
next
the way.
drift event would be on June 17th, which is Father's Day, so bring your dads.
We got an event before that day before in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We got Wisco Vapes.
It's okay. I have a wedding before then,
Uh-huh.
and I'm in charge of the GoPros for that wedding, so I've got a whole long night ahead of me.
Oh, my God, I feel for you so much.
It happens.
Plus, there was a monster truck driver that was supposed to be in around the area at that point.
Ripon and Anago area, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to be conflicted.
Yeah.
But we do have that event June 17th at 257 East Hampton Avenue at Wisco Vapes in Milwaukee. Join us there. There's going to be a lot of great fun. We're just going to basically Hammer and the rest of the Bad Habits crew is going to be hanging out. Also this week, June 8th, we're going to be doing a live show at Pewaukee, Wisconsin's finest vape stop, Vapewalkie. There's going to be also a food truck rally, let's call it that, as well as a classic car show or custom car show or just regular car show. Friday. We're probably going to go live at our normally scheduled time, to be announced, 8:30. We're probably going to be there probably at 6. So come out, join us, guys. It'll be good times. Hopefully we get some of the Slide Society crew out with us, too, so you guys can meet them and they can check out the car show, too. And there's food. Come on. But the schedule for Slide Society drifting as the Ape pets fucking Kenny the Midget. the Slide Society. I'm trying to promote Slide Society, you twat.
I didn't say a word.
June 17th. That's your next show.
That'd be the next drift event, yes.
Drift event at Jefferson.
Correct.
All right.
Speedway.
So and we can also find that information all the way at Slide Society Drifting on Facebook.
Correct.
All right. Just for backup.
There is a group page, and there is
a fan page.
And there's also a classifieds page called Slide Society Drifting Classifieds.
Ooh, catchy.
There we go. So if you do join up, don't post your shit on the normal page. Post it on classifieds. Also, a great place to find a first drift car.
I was about to say, yeah, you can get your car and everything right there.
Everything is right where you need it. All at Slide Society.
Like a blue Supra.
It's still for sale.
Yes.
When are you going to finish the white one?
When are you going to get the motorcycle
Well, he's got
started?
to pick up a 300ZX first, so...
Blue Supra.
Fuck off.
Well, I keep telling him, just take a weekend off everything and just go and finish the car, because he said he could have it done in a weekend.
Danny,
Pretty
did you
close.
get the all-track done yet?
He's still
It
looking
runs.
for a key.
It runs, but does it leak coolant?
No, it doesn't leak coolant because it doesn't have coolant.
Did you
Did you find the key
It
yet?
already leaked out.
Did you find the key?
simplifies it.
I do not have the key.
So
It's
it doesn't run right now.
I am the gatekeeper. I am the key man.
How much is this Supra?
There is no more Dana, only Zool.
65 hundo.
It's actually a very nice car.
Does it run?
Yes.
Could I drift it?
Does it idle?
Slightly.
Mark, we could put you in the trunk. Ape, we could put you in the trunk and probably do a little bit better on drifting.
There's
all
plenty
that
of
back
room
ass weight.
in the Supra.
What a bunch of hard asses.
It's a 1J Supra. It's got plenty of power.
I just don't know if you could drift an 8,000-pound car.
People do it.
Dude! Fat joke. Nice.
You know, I'm telling you, I know a little bit about cars, right?
Fat guy, man.
But I know a little bit about cars, right? I have been track qualified and running. Obviously not drifting. But I will put this out there.
Here we go.
He's looking
This
at
sounds
he's
To
looking at
both
Gremlin.
of you ass bags,
Hammer.
I can put this out there right now. Throw the three of us in cars, and I'll be the first one to drift around the track before any of you even learn how to break the rear tires loose.
Yeah, it's all you gotta do is shift your hips while you're in a corner.
Goddamn right.
I rock my hips when I initiate.
You can build the cars.
Put a little
I'll
stank
drive
on
them
it.
for you.
And I'll just interview the drivers afterwards. That's all I'm
Exactly.
good for.
We know our place.
We just got to deal with heavy-duty suspension.
You do not.
We gotta make, dude. We gotta
If you're driving,
Do they make a diesel drift car?
Yeah. No, man, like, there's people drift Volvos in Scandinavia.
I was gonna say Peterbilt.
We just
actually
put
had this
ball tires
conversation.
on the back. You air them up so they're about as solid as this fucking mod, and give me a little bit of torque out of the engine. We're good.
we actually had this
Just a
conversation,
little bit.
Danny and I.
Just a little.
We were talking about looking for like a diesel that can drift and like Mercedes or something like that. Or
right there. An old rabbit.
oh god,
The biggest issue with, like, trying to find cars like that, they're technically, in the drifting world, unique cars. And like I said before, with the unique cars, the aftermarket support is just not there. So you have to make your custom parts a lot of the time. And when those fail, you're making those parts again.
yeah.
So
Well,
you
it's
need
just
to
time.
know somebody with a tool and die shop, basically.
Yeah, it helps if you... I mean, we're in Wisconsin, so there's a fuck ton of machinists out here, so we're pretty lucky.
I was just figuring with a diesel, you'd have a lot more torque to break the wheels.
Well, I
loose.
mean, you can run it whatever power plant you want. Diesels are kind
Hey,
of
Johnny's in the
inherently
chat
heavier
room.
engines. Hi, Johnny.
Semi-truck racing is a thing, Hammer. That's what he just
Okay.
put out in the chat room.
Yeah, it is.
I didn't say it wasn't. I was
They
just
actually have.
saying drifting it.
They actually build racing semis.
Yeah, and there were a couple at that
They used
track.
to be in the day to where, like, use
Not-
Smokey and the Bandit as an example,
Yeah.
to where they would just call, even Rockford Speedway up until I think 7 years ago still did it, that they would actually get on a CB and call truckers right off I-90. They'd come in, drop their trailers out in the parking lot, right off the highway, bring them on, and then they'd race them around the
Right.
track and just get the crowd going.
And they had a couple dead ones at the Speedway. I mean, not on the racetrack, but I'm saying, like, they had the demolition derby buses in the background. They had another semi in the background. I thought that was just for moving the dead vehicles, but
No, that
apparently
was somebody I think
later
actually just torched the semi. But
yeah, later I found out it was a torch semi that was on the track at one point in life.
But yeah, that shit's awesome, dude.
It was a good time. The Automotion, the Slide Society Drift event.
Oh, yeah, it was great.
During Automotion was fucking great, and I had a blast.
I
Knowing nothing of cars, I was like, wow.
I remember you were astounded how good we actually were running things.
That's where I needed to talk to you
it's
about.
called efficiency, man. And
That's where I needed to talk to you
Because
about.
the way
I
we
gotta-
represent ourselves in this room right here, right now,
is a total 180.
Oh, yeah.
It's a total
Yeah.
180. I was looking at it, watching Mark, you especially, Mark, Mr. Mark. I have a new level of profound respect for you when you come do your events and shit.
I appreciate you.
Well, I appreciate what you're doing because it's like I looked at you and I was like, wow, this guy does a lot of comparable things to what I do at one of our live events, except you don't freak out like I do.
and we're telling you to chill out,
That's
go
an
mingle, get the
understatement.
fuck away from us.
Well,
Yeah,
the
that's
biggest
true.
thing, Hammer, you got to remember these guys are dealing with, at any given time, 2,000 to 3,000 pound bullets that are just flying aimlessly out onto a track.
Right, and I'm dealing with fifis of people
Yeah.
I don't know.
But you know,
Wait,
the
Fifi?
safety
Feelings.
Oh, feelings. I thought you meant
everyone-
Fifi like a prison Fifi.
I
No,
wish.
wall Martians and stuff like that.
No,
too.
that's a foofy.
Oh,
A foofy. A foofy.
Foofy.
I think they're called all kinds of things. I've been watching Lockdown lately. Sorry, guys.
Send me back to the military so I can get my whoopee.
You know, a couple of your guys, I was waiting for you to strangle and throw them in your truck and kick them off the property because they were running around. I don't know if they're your guys, but when you had said, and you put the vest right there, if you're going to the center of the track, you need to be high vis. No ifs, ands, or buts. All of a sudden, I watched 3 guys run down there in a black jacket. I'm like, Mark's going to kick your ass. Next thing you know, he sent Sean out there, Danny down there.
Hey, now you're Sean.
Need to get them fuckers out of here.
Remember, this is why I tried to
Well, another similarity I noticed between Mr. Mark and myself was the moment somebody fucked up, he let them know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There was a guy who was
the guy with the vet with the camping equipment in his car.
I was going to get to that. I was talking about I was talking about the guy who took a little too long on his track.
Oh, the guy with that brand new Audi.
Get the fuck off the track!
Or no, Infinity. It was an Infinity.
I think it was an Audi where the turbo seals were shot in it.
Oh, no, yeah, no.
It was an Infinity.
It was the Infinity.
That was a G35. Now I remember.
Yeah,
that was my buddy Ben. I didn't realize it was him because I didn't know that was his car. But it just... the problem that we do have at our events is a lot of people don't make driver's meeting. They show up late. And then they just obviously miss out on the driver's
Sounds
meeting.
like
So sometimes they don't know the track layout. And you just really got to fucking pay attention. Because if you're going out there, I mean, he kind of stayed on the course, but then he decided to go take another lap. I'm like, dude, you're taking up other people's fucking time. They paid they paid to get in this shit too, and that's what pisses me off. I really give a fuck about my people, and I don't want. I'm not gonna say.
You want to make sure everybody has a fair shot.
We got Kleenexes.
Everyone gets a fucking fair shake, man. So
if you want to get misty-eyed, we do have Kleenex.
It's okay to cry, man.
I'm sorry.
I care about my people. No, and in light, I know we're making light of it, but it is a serious thing.
Yeah. Safety
key. And respect, big time with this.
Yeah. Follow the rules. You'll have a great day. Break the rules. Get the fuck out.
Mm-hmm.
No, he figured it out after that. So
yeah, after you screamed right in his pasture, get the fuck off the track.
No, I don't remember saying that.
Yes, you did.
You did.
You literally,
you
get
cursed
the
him
fuck off the track.
No. Oh no, that wasn't like he was right there, but he was driving around still, and I had the flag out, and I was waving at him. I was like, "Get the fuck off the track like that!"
No, you.
No, I know,
I
know. I yelled at him. I'm just saying, like, I wasn't.
Camera.
It's not like he was like parked next to me, and I was yelling at him through his window.
He drove 3 feet from your feet.
He was driving by me, and I was just like, "Get the fuck off the track like that."
Oh yeah, but you were like, "Get the fuck off the track!"
Yeah,
It was hilarious.
Yeah.
Dave and I here were we fell off the table we were sitting on.
I was like, damn.
Like, dude, I guess he fucked up.
Yep.
We didn't even realize he'd come back around until we seen you run out there. Like, oh shit.
But I think that was around the same time too, where that dude broke the steering knuckle or whatever that Mark was supposed to ride.
Probably, yeah.
So you guys were pretty preoccupied trying to get that car off, waiting for the flatbed and stuff like that.
And still giving guys their time, just telling them they had to do the whole oval, just do one full lap. That way they could drift both corners.
Yep. Well, like what we learned over time at that track is because we do have 2 spaces where you can actually get track time at. We used to just shut the whole thing down so we can get all our safety equipment out there and get people moved. But if someone crashes on the big banks, just stay in the middle, drive slow, exit the track. If it's on the infield, do the outside. That way the crowd is more invested in watching because there's something happening.
Yeah.
And people still get their track time. Yeah.
Exactly. And that was the thing I was talking about, the crowd, you know, for it being just an open drift for whoever wanted to come into it. You know, amazingly enough, the crowd got bigger and bigger, and then it sustained.
Yep.
Even though it was the same cars over and over and over again, it's still, and they cheered when one car did really good, or them group of cars put on the show. I mean, I seen at least two standing O's for the groups. But even the ones you could tell were novice coming out there, when they did a good drift and they got past the finish line out there, the crowd, you know, let them know.
Yeah. I think my favorite part is like the people that saw the people sucking earlier, and then when the crowd sees them towards the end of the day, just killing it, like, and then they're fucking cheering them on. That's my favorite part, dude. I just like people progressing and them getting rewarded for their badassery.
Mark's kind of going fanboy. This is like the Mark and Mark show.
I'm a fan of my people.
No, I meant Mark here. He's going fanboy to you. Ape. Yeah, Ape. He's kind of... Gotcha. This is like the Ape and Mark show.
But awesome. I mean, seriously, I had questions. I have knowledge of a lot of the things, but not what you guys are actually doing. I like to learn that aspect because everybody when you have that in your blood and you've done it in the past, to be able to do something different with it and learn something new on how to maneuver a car or manipulate a car or whatever the case is, when it comes to power and speed, well, this is a new fun tactic.
Hey, Ape,
Yep.
hold on 1 second.
It's the most fun tactic.
We got Johnny in studio now.
Hello.
About fucking time.
Hey, I had some sex trophies I had to take care of.
Oh. And Mark, Lola misses you, dude.
What's up, Ginny?
I'm actually supposed to take Lola home today.
Oh, are you going to detail it?
That and
Are you going to fix the mouse smell too?
Please do it.
Yes, I
Thank
can
you.
do that.
Thank
I can
you.
do that for you. Just for you, though.
Thank you.
And then I have my mechanic buddy's going to be fixing the flex pipe on it, so.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It's going to be fun.
Because that weird whistle or whatever?
No, just the flex pipe shot.
Oh, okay.
Is that him? What the fuck?
Yeah. I laughed at that too.
Yep.
Wow.
Oh, you twos are so cute.
Thanks. She's awesome.
You make a great bunny.
Yeah.
She is special.
Okay.
I believe I just got a hard nipple.
Blown-pistons.
I gotta get
I know,
the lady's
yeah.
permission first before we make it public.
That is priceless. Way to go, bunny boy.
Johnny. Johnny, don't ever come near me with your shirt off.
Call Johnny Mr. Hoppy.
Oh, my God. I got blinded there for a second.
Mr. Hoppy.
But yeah, like I said, dude, we give you huge props for that weekend. Thank you, Danny. Thanks for getting us in there. It was.
I thank you,
Awesome.
but I took care of part of it too. You know.
Mark,
Make sure
thanks
these
for getting
boys,
us in there.
could have fun.
It's all good.
And the apology.
Which is,
Do a show.
oh yeah, and sorry we didn't do a show. We actually found out that we need to do a little work on our end to be able to do a show there. Just due to the fact of
Noise.
background noise and
Yep.
stuff like that. So we're working on that situation.
Yeah, our cars are very, very loud out there.
I mean, we had the perfect spot though.
Especially the BMWs, the straight pipe BMWs. I still hate those.
Permission to do the skybox.
Yeah, that would be fancy.
Well, that was our question. The actual announcers booth up above
Right.
the regular stands, if they could get in there,
We could have.
because that should have been glassed off, right?
Oh, yeah, that's all
Oh.
sealed.
So,
Dave, you were talking the viewing tower. We're talking
Yeah. Okay. Never mind. Yeah, that's right.
yeah, we're actually talking the announcers booth. As I was looking at that, I was looking at that a lot for you guys too. And I really think if you guys can get together a couple of months in advance and talk to the owner of the track,
I don't even need a couple of months. Like, I'll just be like, hey, can they use this? Yes or no. Done.
okay.
And, you know,
Tag for next time.
I know a couple of people that, you know, if they're not doing a show, they could probably announce.
Well, it's hard to do that if you don't know who's actually driving the car that's on the track.
We can make shit up. It's okay.
Yeah, we could do joking announcing to keep the crowd involved.
It's going to be like Aussie Man. Hammerman announces.
So now here comes the purple wannabe with the orange citrus sunshine mobile.
Whack.
Whack. What the hell is whack?
Basically,
I see
do
a lot
fun
of whack
joking about
here.
the drivers. Once we keep it clean, obviously.
Well, you
But
would
no,
have
I
to.
think if you get them up there, that'd be a great spot to do your show.
Well, you're coming, aren't you?
I haven't decided. It all depends on where I'm at physically. And
Depends on who's stroking him, Dave.
No, it's right now. It's all about medical.
And it was the first time. It was the first test run of the Slam Fan too.
Yeah, it was.
Yep. Yeah, I've if you remember
You're
me
welcome.
telling you that I'm currently going through some medical issues.
Yep.
And, yeah, they're being pains in the butts right now. So it all depends on where I'm at next
Can
year.
we
for
put some
that.
30s on the slam van? I mean, really muscle it
what?
up a little bit.
He wants to put 30s on the Slam Van.
Not rims, tires. Give it a
Lift kit for that. No.
yep. Lift kit, some 30.
Why don't you Mexi melt it, drop it, and put them big old too wide for the fender shit on
I'm
there?
gonna Mexi melt it. I'm gonna fucking put the fucking little Aztec dingle balls in the fucking thing.
That's right. And then a disco ball inside with the shade
See
carpeting.
what I deal with.
Hola, pandecos.
Are we
Welcome
gonna,
to my shaggin' wagon, bitches.
Are we just gonna stance it then at that point?
Might as well.
Mark's
What kind of van is it?
That Chevy Venture outside.
Oh, a Venture.
Yeah,
Okay,
we
never
got
mind.
gifted a fucking van for.
We could drift that in reverse.
I mean,
I like-
I still do want like a van just to like bring all my bros around with me. That's like what they're for. So that's pretty cool.
Your Bromobile?
Yep.
It's called a Shaggy Wagon, man. Get on it.
Now, when I call it a slam van, I do not mean there's sexual acts happening in
Liar.
the van. I mean, like, you will be verbally assaulted in that van.
God, I hope so.
All she has to say is, fuck me harder.
So, Kenny, any questions about drifting? You've been kind of quiet over there.
That's because he's a country boy.
His
There are lots
drifting
of
is...
jacked up trucks.
Yeah, I was going to say, your drifting is pretty much a modified race car on a dirt track.
Or a truck.
Or a three-wheeler out on the old prairie.
You can race anything if you got the balls to do it.
Goddamn right. Cheers to that shit. 'Cause
Anything's
that's
a dildo if you're brave enough.
Hey, like I said, I went to high school in northern Wisconsin, and it was 14 miles from the school to my house, and it was all backcountry, narrow kind of roads. I mean, where God hadn't even been yet. If you had it and you were willing to put the pedal to the floor, you were drag racing all the way out.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you learned the corners real quick. And that's what I said about the drifting, just about anything, because you were loose on a lot of those.
It's all about commitment, man.
Yep,
No.
and trusting your ride and your abilities.
Now, like you were saying, though, or before, I think, or even at the event, as far as drifting goes, I know Mark was saying on what he thought drifting, or how to drift a car, and then what you were saying on how to drift a car. You guys were on two kind of separate different pages here. Because I know you were saying that it's a lot of getting on the gas and breaking the ass end loose, and I know you were saying it's a lot more control and stuff.
It's
I believe,
all
right?
technique.
It is. You got your clutch release, right? Popping the clutch. Some of them put this is what I need to learn, that breaker bar.
Hydro brake.
Staging brake.
What is that? And how is it?
brake.
There we go. What is that?
Well, that's just it's like a line lock pretty much, only it's on your hand, and it's
Okay.
just for the rear.
So it's basically like your e-brake, only
It's basically
it's
a
a
parking
giant
brake.
bar.
Like,
now.
I still have a stock cables, and I just have a drift button on my shift knob, or on my handbrake handle, and that just basically eliminates the spring inside, so it's not sprung anymore.
Okay.
And if I want to set my parking brake, I just pull the button out. But otherwise, if it's set in there, then I just can pull it, and it releases itself all the time. So it's really handy. So if you don't need a hydraulic handbrake to drift. Realistically, unless you're tandeming or you're going for a big entry, I would advise that you don't use that.
Okay.
You don't want to get too reliant. It's a crutch, and it's for making small corrections.
Okay.
That's what that is for. If you want to just start learning and how to step the car out, sure, you can initiate with that. I prefer hauling ass, doing a weight transfer and a clutch kick.
Okay.
That's the most badass way of doing it. And that's the most technique.
So that was my biggest question on that, because me, it was you slow down, you get, like you said, the weight transfer.
Yeah.
So you get in, you turn your wheel, and then mine was you release and then slam on the gas to get that brake, and then you walk it around, and then you let off throttle just enough to catch when you need to straighten back out.
Well, there's more than one way to skin a cat, so, I mean, you can feint entry, you can just power on it, handbrake.
But yours is
Yeah.
the clutch brake.
I got 130 horse. I kind of got to do what I got to do.
So every time when you see, like, I know Hollywood's a lot of stuff up, but every time when they show, like, drifting in cars, they're
You have to
always
shift
using
12
the
times, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, that too. You got it like a 12-speed, 13-speed, but
Yeah.
they're always hitting the e-brake constantly. It's like that's the only way they know how to drift, and that's how they portray, like, all drifters, and that's all you guys do is ride the e-brake.
Yeah, it's gay as fuck.
But, yeah. What? If you watch any drifting movie or, like, the Fast and the
that's true.
Furious crap, that's what they're doing.
You watch them reach down to go around that bend and then go. It's like instant traction when you let go of it. No.
But, yeah, you're grabbing the 12th gear, too.
Yeah, pretty much.
They got a big rig set up.
Yeah, but that's the other thing is those are movie props. They're actually set up for that.
Yep.
And only that. These guys are driving their cars in there. That's another thing I noticed was kind of cool. Like the pizza guy. Well, they're doing this. All right, I got an hour lunch. I'm going to go pay $40 in my work car.
No, that's Matt. He's been with us for a long time. I met him because he used to live in Madison. He had a Corolla. I had a Corolla, so That's just
It was
kind of
love
how
at
shit
first
works.
sight.
Sure. Yeah. He doesn't make too many events, but when he makes them, he just does it for fun. He's not too serious about it. He's more of a hipster guy than anything.
He was not bad at it for his car. I mean, his stock tire.
What's fucked up is he's way better at drifting his C10 than he is his Corolla.
That would have been cool to see. I think Kenny would have been on for that one.
No, only one.
Do what?
I've drifted my truck a couple of times. Not like skilled.
Yeah, but that's across like lawns and stuff when you lost traction on the road or like lost your path on the way home.
Yep. Intersections.
Gravel driveways.
I drifted a lawn once. My buddy's was house sitting his girlfriend's parents' place. Then they were breaking up anyways, so...
Oh, no.
I was like, you want to have some fun? They were not happy.
My brother is not happy with me because of the donuts I did yesterday. The day before.
The donuts you did in his Trailblazer?
No. The one I did... Well, he had the lawn looking all nice.
Uh-oh.
I did donuts in it.
Nice.
That was back in high school, too. I'm an adult now.
Bullshit.
There we go. Yeah, that was a lie.
I still like power braking at intersections every now and again. Come on, I may be old, but I still like to have fun.
Oh, we were screwing around on the way leaving the park last night. You were giving me shit about my truck, like, oh, your truck, I barely tapped the gas, and I could see.
And I walked all the way up the hill, and I heard his turbo wind up at least 4 times. I'm like, fucking diesels.
Like I said, let's chain up ass to ass and see what happens.
Let me put him in the passenger seat. Give me a little more weight advantage.
Oh. You don't need any more weight advantage.
You strap me to the front.
No, I need you on the back tires right now.
It ain't a 4x-drive?
Yeah.
Front skis.
Yeah, so you don't need. You've got the weight advantage already.
Yeah, but you got height.
Yep.
Yours is Yours is set up for farming. It's not a fair duo. Mine is a street machine, not a farm truck.
So you surrender already?
I didn't say I'm surrendering. I'm telling you the difference. I'm smarter than the average bear.
Dave, do you have a 7.3 or 6.0?
6.0. But it's been bulletproofed and the heads have been fixed.
EGR delete, all that shit.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And it's got the farm lift and the whole rear end torque and all 9 yards for farming and pulling farm shit.
Did you get some of those sweet-ass 20-inch wide wheels with, like...
No. I'm not doing
super
that.
swampers that are stretched down there and they're low profile? The most useful tires that I've ever seen in my life?
I refuse. I refuse to do that because I think it looks completely fucking stupid.
So we're off to a good start here. Do you got any Tomers?
Tomers?
You got the Tomers on it, right?
What the hell is a Tomer?
A Tomer.
Do you pull a ghost
You got a fucking Tomers.
Oh, no, they're tucked all the way in.
Fuck you, bit the Tomers out.
No.
If you got the Tomers out, that's a cool truck.
I'm not towing an
imaginary... You can't have a cool truck if you don't got no fucking Tomers.
I don't want to be driving a truck that looks like fucking Bullwinkle.
But that ghost trailer,
Fuck you.
bro.
It'll look just like Bullwinkle going down the road.
Like
I'm not a fan.
Gay-ass kids that use mommy and daddy's money and put that big-ass freaking chimney pipe right up the back of their box.
Talk about a waste of gas or fuel and money.
Yep. That's all dumb shit. I don't really care
And my
for
truck does not blow coal at all.
Well, I saw one.
It's not going
It had like a 14-inch pipe sticking right out behind the rear tire. I'm like, what the fuck, man? That's gay as shit.
And all it was a can. That's all it was.
No, it wasn't.
If you
it's
walk,
specifically a tip made for diesel that is
just
longer
massive.
than the biggest dick on Earth.
Exactly.
Well, they're...
Or in Footville, it's got a fucking 18-inch tip on it.
Yeah.
That's just compensating. That's it.
It's just
No, I have... My truck's pretty much stock.
something to get the attention of all the boys.
Because the boy driving it needs it.
Yep.
It's not like when we were kids and building trucks. I mean, we built them to beat the living piss.
My favorite style truck is in the 90s, period. Done.
Which one?
Just some 15s on some like 44-inch super swampers. Yep. Just, that's it. I don't give a fuck about anything else.
If I do anything for wheels, I am going to be getting some... I want some bigger tires.
And that was usually your lift kit was just buying bigger tires, too, sometimes.
Yeah, you do body and
But some people, they just bought the bigger tires to give them
yeah.
that extra 3 inches or whatever.
I could put 35s on.
Most of us couldn't afford the 4-inch body kit. Or you take and you have daddy jack it up, you put blocks in your springs.
I've seen 2x4s used before.
Yep.
Green treated, it's fine.
Hey.
They're not going to rot.
No,
Building spring pads and
1978 3/4 ton super cab Ford with a 460 under the hood. Fuck you all.
Yeah, but it's a Ford, so.
Yeah, but that big black 460, I lit up all 4 of them low pro mutters we put on that bitch.
Nah, just give me a Scottsdale call today.
Yeah.
I can't go wrong with that. Scottsdale was a good truck.
Still got a bow tie on the front.
But take that Scottsdale,
Which is why it's good.
That Scottsdale and that Ford
Little
I was talking
boys wear
about,
bow
taking
ties.
both 60 miles an hour into an oak tree and see which one drives away.
I got
Kenny's
I got
done
no
it.
questions about the trucks being able to drive away, but the mush that's going to be inside of it after hitting a tree at 60 in one of them old things, I don't think the mush is going to be driving away. I think the mush is going to get taken away into the meat wagon.
Kenny knows he's been there.
He ain't the only one.
He knows how to. Well, Kenny can actually tuck in the small spaces of a truck and save his life.
He can jump into the glove box. I'm fine.
I had that telephone pole at 60. Split the bumper right in half. The only reason we couldn't make it all the way back home before the cops got us is because the battery flew out of the battery box and landed on top of the air cleaner and caught on fire. We made it almost all the way home. Fucker caught on fire, so we had to stop.
Yeah. You want to know everything not to do in a vehicle? He will answer all those questions.
He is
There we
our
go.
redneck.
If it needs to be Afro engineered.
It
Actually,
only took us a week and we had it running.
Yep. Bazooka bubblegum on the radiator. JB Weld to get
here's
you
the
30
thing.
miles in the drive shaft.
Here's the thing. He doesn't really Afro-engineer anything. Kenny is very smart when it comes to... He said it first.
I said it first.
Would you rather the other preference?
A
Oh, yeah,
distinguished
jerry rig.
gentleman.
That was something
Excuse
different.
me.
Anyways,
I am from politically correct America, and I grew up Afro engineering.
but Kenny does know how to get something to work and last in a quick fix. That man is a genius when it comes to that stuff. You got that red truck going a few times when it's like, oh shit, it's down. No, we can get this fixed.
Still working on an RV though.
Yeah, I got that in the truck.
But so
Like
yeah,
I told you, my dad, JB welded a drive shaft. We made it the 30 miles we needed to go on. JB welded a drive shaft.
There we go.
From Fresno to LA in California using electrical tape for the radiator hose.
Yep.
they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just sometimes you got to do it. Mm-hmm. You know, even you racers. I mean, there's another key thing right there. If you made it to that final race and all of a sudden that one hose or that one something just blew while you're back in the pits getting ready, you ain't got a backup. What do you do?
If you're at track day, it's either your day's
Take it
over
off
or
your
you-
fucking car or do whatever you got to do.
or you rig it up and you make it work.
Yep.
Yep.
And that's what makes it worth it. Kenny, would you like to jump in with these guys for a little bit?
I'm fine, though. I don't know too much about drifting.
It's not about drifting. It's all about just learning about cars and how, like I asked him, I don't know shit about drifting. I see what I see.
Right.
And I asked, is it this how you do it? I was partial right, partial wrong. But like I said, I've been on a track. So, I mean, I know some of the ins and outs of just the track itself, you know, and what it takes to get the motor just about right. Now, the only difference is I need to stick to the track. You guys want to break loose on the track. Okay, now, like you said, you got to forget this and relearn this. And that's where my...
You take all that shit that you learn to grip, you put it in a box, you take that box, you put it up in the attic. You don't fucking look at that box for another 10, 15 years. Then you move, and then you forget that box up there. You just drift.
Oh, see, you want me to forget all about racing? Just come be your drift teams. You want me to build a car and be a drifter now.
That's where it's at, man.
Although at racing, I can make $1,200 a night.
Do it.
Well, you know, if Slice Side ever does need anybody to detail a shop, I do know a guy that does detailing.
Oh, you do know a detailer?
I do.
Do tell.
He's really skinny.
Currently booking about 2 weeks out. I am available at attentionfordetail.com or 227 East Main Street in Whitewater.
My name is
John at Attention for Detail.
Mr. Hobby.
Yeah, right? Mr.
Are you with us today?
A little bit. I've been putting some long hours on a 16-foot box truck.
And he's been doing a lot of hopping.
Yeah.
So 16 hours in a box. Gotcha.
No.
Damn!
That'd be a good night, but that'd just be round 2. Yeah, I've been. I got a dealership friend up in Delavan, and he's like, "Yeah, I need you to come buff the oxidation off this 16-foot box truck." Like, super. That's going to be more.
As long as he's paying for it.
Oh, he is.
So you booked 2 weeks out?
I'm booking up 2 weeks out.
I'll be up tomorrow for interior. Better be ready for me.
All right. Be there at about like 6 or 7 o'clock at night.
No, it'll be 6 or 7 in the morning.
I can do that.
For my 16-foot box truck.
Oh, okay. What was her name?
Fred. Fred.
Why does it have to be a girl?
I don't think I'd want 16 foot worth of box.
Hey, when you can wear them like a bodysuit.
Death by snoo snoo.
Exactly.
Yep.
That is not the first time we've said that on the show. What?
Ever.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, so. And I know Hammer. Did you want to talk to him about anything? Or?
I already hit it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, the respect issue.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That we did the Drakenbergs thing afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Sorry we didn't go to Denny's or Applebee's or whatever it is you invited us to. We appreciate the invite, but sorry, cigars and booze sounded a little tamer for us at that time.
Oh, yeah? A little bit more gentlemanly.
Yes. We couldn't find our mimosas on Mimona Terrace, but...
You goddamn troglodytes.
Yes, you bunch of troglodytes.
I just had a bear.
Bear.
And consistent weird person hit on you and Mark the whole time there.
She was more all over Mark.
Yeah, that's true.
So what you were saying is you were robbing.
A little bit of chocolate-covered cherry, baby.
Yeah, she was digging you.
She was digging you pretty much. I got her the fuck away from me.
That's why I did it.
Spoiler alert, it was a dude, and it was a cub looking for his bear.
That's fine.
Could have been.
There's a couple nice tits, so...
There we go.
I ain't gonna lie, she has some hootas.
Yeah?
And purple hair, and I'm kind of a sucker for purple.
No.
You just had that right. You're just kind of a sucker. Didn't you also meet somebody of distinguished bagpipe skills?
Speaking of which, I have to go to your truck and get those cards.
Yep.
Or the van.
It's on. The slam van's unlocked.
Yeah, we did meet somebody that knows how to play the bagpipes really well and does it professionally.
Very cool.
Squeezes his bags professionally. Really good. Very nice gentleman, though.
Did you ask him to cough?
We didn't have enough time. They were ready to leave. I was working on it. I was in the door. They slammed it on my toes.
Yeah, some of us had to work the next day, so...
Work?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Both you two off on Monday. Yep.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm working all the goddamn time. I'm still the chief union steward.
Oh, that's right. You still get bullshit. What?
You're a pussy. You can't get fucked up and go to work the next day.
I don't like to. I walk into places that could kill me, right, Danny?
You should try some life vantage.
Shit, I worked on Monday, you pussy.
Yeah, well, you're not gonna. Yeah.
I don't do it either.
He was using life vantage.
See, he don't do it either, and we do the same job.
And you guys make fun of my drinking all the time.
I'm not making fun of it right now.
We don't make fun of it. We don't make fun of it. We're just rating it.
Oh, just quick thing. I just remembered it. If you're not doing anything today and you're near Great Lakes Dragway, if you're not at the Dragway at Automass right now, you're fucking up. Because there's a pretty cool event happening right now. I don't know what time it ends, but just make it out there.
We'll be near there next weekend.
Yeah.
The 9th.
Yes, we will. We are doing COTS?
We're going to it.
Okay. Yeah, we'll be at COTS next weekend at Great Lakes Drag Away.
Yep, Drag Away. Yep. Very cool.
I'm going up north to that girl's house.
Are you going to be
Death by
buddy-buddy, or
snoo
is it
snoo.
going to be you're going to try for it?
We'll see.
Dude, come on. You've got to try.
He's gonna start a war.
I'm hopefully going to be painting cars.
Yeah, no. On the 9th,
I doubt it'll happen.
On the 9th,
though.
we're going to be exercising Rule 1. We promised Tiffany that we would make an attempt to get out there.
Okay.
Didn't
I
we?
thought we had an event that day, too. Or
Cots?
We got the event the 8th.
The 8th. The 8th is
Yep.
Cots, and then the 9th is...
No, the
or,
9th
sorry,
is
the
Cots.
8th is Vape Walkie.
Yep.
in
What time
Pewaukee.
does-
Go ahead.
What time does that end?
What, Vape Walkie?
Yeah.
Let me look, because I just was sharing it all over the fucking place on social media while we were chatting here. Somebody likes that.
And that's only a little bit from our office.
Yeah, I'm literally less
8
than 10 minutes away.
4 to 8 p.m.
And that's a
Okay.
car show thing?
There's let's see here. Let's see here. Milwaukee's best food trucks, rare and classic cars, cash bar, kids area, Bad Habits Network.
Take the Trans Am. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
They said rare cars.
It says classic.
All right.
Hey, and actually, if you want to be a dick, my 76 is actually rare. My 76 is rare because my 76 is a one-year-only car because everything below the headlights was exclusive to 76.
Okay. Just take that out and drift it.
This moment of silence brought to you by Axio.
Not yet.
Oh, come on. You don't want to drift your old Trans Am?
Not yet.
I wouldn't drift
I,
that.
I actually drifted it last night.
I
It's
wouldn't.
pretty sweet.
I wouldn't want to drift that.
I don't know how well that car would actually drift, though.
I did a pretty good
Fishtail.
fishtail.
But that's
Last
not
night.
holding it.
Oh, I held it for about a block.
Was that Corvette that was out there didn't do that great a job at drifting, and it's around about the same setup.
Was that the one with the camping gear in it?
Yeah.
I wish you would have stayed out a little longer
Yes.
just to try and
I was
Show
hoping
off
it
a
would have
little.
done something.
just pick up some more. I mean, he was basically autocrossing it, but it would have been cool to see him just keep trying. I didn't want to discourage the guy by yelling at him and saying, why do you have all your shit in this car? But if you're going to a track, you can't have a bunch of loose shit floating around, especially if it's all camping gear and whatnot.
Yeah, because what happens if he drifts, overdrifts and nails a wall or spins out and hits something?
Well, then you end up with a tackle box or a fucking like a lunch pail hitting you in the face.
Yeah, and that's a liability that you cannot afford because of the insurance waiver. That
I mean, you
had
will
to
have a
sign.
helmet on, by the way, but
You didn't bring one.
Thanks to Danny.
that's a unnecessary risk.
But it seemed like when he was out there, though, he had his traction control on, which he should have
A
probably shut
C4
off.
Vet has traction control?
Doesn't it?
I don't believe so.
Oh, I figured they would. I
I
didn't
don't
know.
care if it does or not. It's a fucking vet. I hate those.
It was an
things.
automatic Vet, I believe.
Yeah.
But they're just not a whole lot of car to begin with, so
I'd love to see how like a brand new one goes out there and does.
they do fantastic.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
So you've had them show up to your events before?
Not my events, but I mean, there's a Matt Field. He's got his pro. He's a Pro 1 driver in Formula D. Did pretty good. He got second last night in at the Wall, New Jersey, against James Dean. James Dean ended up taking it.
Congratulations to you, sir.
Yep. And Dirk Stratton. He won MDU last year. Got his Pro 2 license just like immediately, and then. No, not last year. 2 years ago, he won MDU, got his Pro 2 license. Last year, he won Pro 2, and then now he's in Pro 1. And
Pro 1 the top?
Pro 1 is probably the epitome of where drifting is in the world right now.
Which
is both, I mean, I guess I'll say that, yeah, that's kind of what drifting's evolved into, basically 700 to 1,300 horsepower cars, drag racing sideways, but I mean, there's obviously more technique to it. I prefer more grassroots level style shit like IDC and BDC. That's British Drift Championship and Irish Drift Championship. That's more my cake that I like eating. But yeah, Formula Drift's cool.
He is a man of cake.
I'm a man of many cakes. But
So
yeah, I mean,
pretty much
they're good cars now.
So
they got all the power in the world.
Pro
and
1's kind of like NASCAR.
Pro 1 is the NASCAR of drifting.
Pretty much they're doing what Aussies has been doing for years is drag racing while doing smoky burnouts.
I mean, kind of. It's still like completely different, but yeah,
Oh, yeah.
the Australians kind of.
I was gonna say, anytime I
Or
think
we're
about
weird with that.
Australian racing, it's like Colin McRae style back roads.
Oh, no,
fucking
these
shit.
guys
No,
are fucking
Australians
good.
they like 2,000 horsepower, big blocks, blown twin
Yeah,
cars,
they're
whatever.
sick.
Okay, I gotta research that. 'cause this is,
yes.
this is-
Well, like their style, like is they just the
Smoky
burnout
tires.
pits and whatever. They like you cannot beat an Australian at a burnout competition. Period. That's like what they fucking love doing. I think who was that? It's either the Mighty Car Mods guys or it was the Roadkill guys. They went over to Australia, and the guy that puts on it's like the Hot Rod Power Tour, only it's for these specific. In Australia, it's like the Hot Rod Power Tour, but it's specifically for the burnout people, and they just like 20s up front and like smaller tires in the rear. The goal of that is to just get like the most smoke as immediate as possible. And it's just fucking crazy shit. I don't know. It's still not my cup of tea, but it's it's still cars and it's cool.
They build some insane cars just for that.
Yep, strictly just for burnouts, and it's nuts.
Yep. Yeah, if you get a chance, look it up online on YouTube.
I will do that. That's going to be my research assignment before
he mentioned Roadkill. There is a Roadkill episode where they traveled there. They used a guy's almost 800 power.
No,
800 horse G8.
That was a hell of a lot more than 800 horse.
Oh, okay, maybe like 12, but
I think it was closer to 2.
Yeah,
is what they were saying.
Right,
but it was or what we know is the G8, but it's the Holden
Commodore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they got to drive it around. They ended up having to take the hood off because it was starting to get warm.
Right.
Yep.
But yeah, it was pretty.
Well,
awesome.
there were a couple. That was another neat thing to see out there on the track for the Automotion event. Was the hoods off the damn cars while they were drifting.
Not to mention Caleb's car with the right-hand drive that was from Japan.
Yeah, the one we got that fantastic photo opportunity with you.
Yeah, flipping off the camera.
That was good. And again, thank you for letting us hang out in the towers. That was actually really. I know most people would pay good at some kind of money to get out and have that view that we had.
Well, we had one of our guys there that was pretty jealous.
Yeah, Tim has AIDS, couldn't get out back because money was a thing that week.
But he's seen us out there, and he was
giving us
fuck
all,
you guys.
fuck you guys, and all the shit in the world he could give us with that one because he was super jelly.
We're like, "Where's Tim?" Look at the crowd. You see the puff of smoke.
Yeah, the puff. Yeah, I was like, "Hey, where are you?" He goes, "Look over here," and then there's this huge cloud, and it's like, "Hey, there's Tim."
Yeah, that's also something that I noticed this year.
Whale spotting, more whale spotting.
Yep, whale watching.
Whale watching.
Yep.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I guess I already said that before.
Yeah,
you were doing that down there too.
Yeah, you explained it to us on an earlier episode.
My bad.
Good thing I got these things insured now. Fucking Johnny. You were explaining to us on an earlier episode of Blown Pistons that whale watching or whale spotting is more predominant in NASCAR and events because there's more vapors at these events, and you'll see it and watch it on TV and shit, and poof, you'll see one or two go up in the air.
Well, I was thinking more along the lines of I've been watching Formula Drift for a long time. I stopped and then I met some pretty cool people, so then I had someone to root for. But in the years prior, vaping wasn't as popular. So you didn't really see shit. But at Long Beach, I remember, they just panned over to the crowd, and you just see, plumes here and there or whatever. I don't know what the fuck you call that.
Yeah, we'll go with plumes. That's a good one.
Yeah. But, and then they just, for some reason, someone would get the whole crowd going, and then you see, just the whole stands just fucking, plume up and shit like that. And Jared DeAnda, who's the voice of Formula Drift, calls that whale watching.
Okay.
So
yeah, and yeah,
it's just something that you didn't see until this year for some reason, and it's kind of just weird, man. Another thing that was you don't see ever, that was the only time anyone saw it, was Road Atlanta for Formula Drift. I think that happened a couple weeks back. They go into the night with this, and what they had the whole stands doing for I think it was top 16 is they had them take their cell phones out and turn their lights on.
Yep, firefly it.
Yep. So you didn't see that before. It was just really fucking cool because you see the cars enter, and normally the stands are just pitch black, but you just saw a bunch of like white dots everywhere, and it was just like looking at some stars.
That initially started in the WWE, believe it or not.
Oh yeah.
There was one wrestler specifically who called it fireflies, and anytime he come out, the whole place would go dark, and you'd see the fireflies light up.
Yeah. So that was definitely cool.
So he kind of coined the phrase.
Something like that, yeah.
Nice.
I think it was maybe Edge and Christian. I don't fucking care. I haven't been into wrestling since the first year of this fucking podcast bullshit we started.
Yeah, man, I kind of dropped it a long time ago too.
I grew up.
Yeah. Well,
I
even
never watched it.
I've talked to a
You
friend.
watched it for the divas.
No, the only time actually I watched it was the wrestling midgets.
I was all about the divas.
Yeah, the divas are the shit.
The blonde chick? I can't remember her name.
Trish Stratus or something
No,
like that?
no. This
Candice
chick.
Michelle.
Cheyenne or China or something like that. I don't know. I don't know any of these.
Oh, there were
Sable.
a few.
Sable.
Yeah. Brock Lesnar's wife.
Yeah,
Yes,
I was
yes.
about that shit because I remember she come out there and she just had like she wasn't wearing anything except she had
Bray
like,
Wyatt calls it fireflies. Sorry,
had-
thank you, Michael.
she had just black handprints on her tits and I was like,
Yes.
I was just starting to grow hair in my balls, so I was just like, "What's up, lady?
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch you a lot
I got to meet one of them
by myself."
I got to meet a couple of them down in Rockford, and they were pretty fucking cool. Yeah.
Speaking of Rockford, sometime in July, I don't remember the exact date. I'm sure we'll have a podcast before then. But
Good luck.
Doc driver Jeff Jones and his buddy, who I believe has some affiliation of sorts with Doc, will also be in town just doing some demos and whatnot. But there will be for sure a demo at Rockford Speedway.
Is it
on
an
Saturday
event
night.
already? Or?
Not yet.
Okay.
But they're really cool people. Definitely encourage you to come out, drink some Doc, and get some signatures.
Unpaid.
Sweet.
This is an unpaid sponsorship
And-
advertisement for.
For Doc.
Got to keep it legal, Beagle. Certain things. Sorry.
No, that's fine.
I apologize if I'm tossing things out there.
No, that's
it's
fine.
just-
I mean, we
there's
realize
a few things.
we know you like.
Yeah.
As you're wearing a shirt, hat, drinking their drink. I mean,
I'm
His
also,
truck has a sticker on it.
I'm also sponsored by Doc now too. So
Congratulations.
oh, you are?
Still
Yeah.
waiting for you to put that BHN sticker on your truck, but hey.
I needed another one because Danny collected them when Scott got drunk,
Oh, okay.
and I haven't seen it since.
They are all at Scott's house right
Yeah.
now.
Oh, so they're in the
So-
trash.
Including
Got
mine.
it. They're all in the trash, is what you just told me.
I was more concerned with picking Scott and getting him out of your basement than trying to find where the sticker was.
Oh my god, I ate so much box that night.
Not a bad thing.
enjoyed it.
Not a bad thing at all.
But those deep scratch marks in your back were probably like
That's Michael's.
real stingy.
That's Michael's. That's Michael's forte. I don't.
Yeah.
Nope.
Not doing the kink stuff anymore.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so blown pistons.
Actually, we've been very car-oriented today.
I know.
Today was a good one. More professional than I'd like.
Yeah.
Was there anything you'd like to get off your chest? Go for it.
These tits.
I was gonna say
That'd be nice.
What?
Yeah.
This is good vape.
Yeah.
What time did we start? Oh, we've been going for an hour. We got about 10 more minutes. 15 minutes.
Yeah, okay.
15 if you
So-
wish.
Or anything you want to promote besides, obviously, Doc?
Oh, okay.
Well, it's not so much.
Let's go unprofessional because we talked about it last night on SFTB as well as Midnight Sushi a little bit. Another thing I found out. Oh, the Axio kicked in. Another thing I found out about Mark was looking at his fucking horsepower decals on his truck. He's a fellow LFW.
Really?
Yes, live from Wisconsin.
Spotted.
That was one of the things that I forgot to hit it up and spot it. And my apologies to LFW for that. But that when we were at
Is
the
that
track,
something you want to try getting BHN on?
No.
Are you sure?
No, it's their own separate entity. It's like the Chive. I'm a fan. I'm going to stay a fan.
Wait, you want to try getting them on here?
If you want to try that, go right the fuck ahead.
Well, I mean,
just
Danny's
have
the
to-
one that...
Yeah, I told him about it.
Drive
Danny
on up to
insurance?
Allentown,
Oh.
find the...
No, that's easy to do.
yep.
It turns out Cody's a fan of it too and may or may not have submitted a few things. And then the young Mandy in the studio last night has submitted some things.
Which she's really hot.
That's your opinion.
I'm just saying she was.
Sometimes you see some shit you don't want to fucking see. And
Yeah, Dave
other
proved that
times-
last night.
If you are from LFW and you do post and you've been posting some full frontal box shots, ladies, I appreciate that.
But
So
we
much.
also appreciate cleanliness and manscaping and also the other shit. Because
I-
there's some guys that post on that shit too.
I made it on there.
Get the
There you go, Danny.
I just got so awkward now. Okay, explain, please.
I was in Vegas by the Trump Tower.
Okay.
I took a selfie with the Trump Tower in the background, and I said Trump likes it big, and they posted it on there.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Well, you were expecting something
I
like
was,
a naked
No.
yeah, like
phallus or
full
something?
frontal Friday is what I was. I was like, wait,
I've made it on a couple times. I don't really post too much. I'm more of a lurker.
Same here.
Yeah.
yeah. I'm a fan. That's all I can say.
Yep.
We should... Well, if we got him on this network, it would definitely have to be a Shots from the Balcony show.
Okay, if you insist, I was going to make it a BHN special.
Well, that too.
And with the Doc name dropping, it's not so much. I mean, it partially is that. But one, it's just a really fantastic. It's better than Dr. Pepper. I'll say that. But
in your opinion,
in my opinion, yes. But it's mainly just because Jeff Jones is a fucking badass and he's a super cool dude. He's the underdog of Formula Drift right now.
So do I got to send you the link so you can forward this to him? Be like, hey, dude, mad representing.
Yeah. But he busts ass for the company and whatnot, and he has arguably the smallest budget in Formula Drift, and he manages to make everything work. And he's just down to earth, the nicest guy you ever fucking meet. And so it's mainly I want to support my buddy.
And it would be one step closer to Brad Kozlowski for Dave.
If it's cool for you, can I say that?
Yes.
You can, if you want to, you can invite him on the show.
Well, I was going to say, if you'd like that. I mean, he's out of California.
Yeah, we could do a call in.
But
yeah, we've actually upped our game a little bit more now.
Oh, okay, yeah. If you would like to do that, that's fine.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Otherwise, there's also, but besides July, I think in the beginning of August there will also be a demo in Jefferson Speedway. Just Jeff, but I think we're gonna make some pretty cool stuff out of that.
Okay. Maybe something BHN could be involved with?
I see no problem with that.
You never know, but
scheduling.
That's more corporate, so
it would be more of a. There would have to be, but I would like to just meet the guy. I don't care about doing a show and getting professional with him, Dave. I just want to fucking shake his hand. You know what I'm saying?
So you want to be unprofessional with him?
Something to that effect. Yes.
Yeah.
Casual is what it's called in the business world. You asshat.
But yeah, just tell him that he's got an open invite whenever if he feels like calling in or something. Yeah, definitely.
Alrighty, yeah.
Zoom room it.
Absolutely.
There we go.
He also runs, what the hell is it called? Well, he runs Drift School USA out of California.
Okay.
And that's pretty cool, too. He's just another dude that loves sharing his passion.
So you're saying it would behoove of us to get him on the show and interview him. Got it.
He's a solid fucking dude, you know.
Sweet,
like everyone is, but...
I'm kind of squishy.
More solid.
I'm less squishy now that I've started that new regimen. Thank you, Axio and LifeVantage. Really. Drink up, fuckers. Dave said
I said
but
Anyways. But, yeah, like I said, I know I've said it already. I do want to thank you for everything that you let us do at the track, the event, all that stuff. It was just an absolute awesome time. It's something that's not going to be forgotten, at least on my end. He forgets shit all the time.
Hey, man, don't thank me, man. Thank Danny.
Yeah, hence Rule 5.
Yeah.
Write that shit down.
Yeah, and thank you, Danny, for being the POC on this shit.
No problem.
The guy who speaks the least on the microphones when the whole crew's in is the one who does the most for us.
He's just happy to be here, man.
Yeah. He's a hero for fun.
Yeah.
Yes, I made a one-punch joke. Fuck off.
And justice.
And justice.
Oh, God.
Hey, Mark started it yesterday. It was Johnny now.
I know.
I've been trying not to. I get provoked.
I'm surprised you didn't get the board out again with your phone.
Nah, you asked me not to on your show.
But
last night's show was epic, though.
How so?
It was a good show. It was
just hearing the
Pickle Rick.
It was an old
I
school
heard that
episode. Last night's show was an old school type show. That's how we used to do it.
No, last night's episode was a true SFTB, not a vape from the balcony, an SFTB.
Fuck your feelings and couch.
Yeah.
I still have to make it to one of those.
Yeah, I know. I've been trying to get you down here, but somebody's always, I'm going fishing.
Well, also, Mark did try to get us up there for an SFTB Saturday night before.
Yeah.
I remember that one. Remember that one. It was just time and availability. We couldn't.
Mm-hmm. And thanks for the invite on that one, by the way.
Absolutely. You guys are always welcome.
Anything else you want to promote?
Danny, I know you're sponsored by a couple of fishing hooks.
He likes to pee outside.
he likes to pee outside, obviously.
Buy Danny's Mark III Supra.
and one of the motorcycles that may or may not work. We have no idea
I have two,
yet.
and they both run.
Okay, now they do.
Do they stop?
Yes.
Okay, because I know that was a problem before. You had to redo
I wrote
the whole
it 2 days ago.
Why didn't you write it down here?
Because
I just need a 10
it could be cold later when I drive back home.
That's why you have a jacket.
I just got the metric problem of all time. I need a 10 millimeter for my bike to fucking get started up
Good
again.
luck. Those little bastards grow legs.
Yeah, they do. And the Allens and the sockets. Fuck, shit, gravy.
Keep an extra in your backpack.
I have to. I've actually gone on a few websites to restock, and there's like it's called the 10mm kit. It's got the it's socket, Allen wrench, fucking gooseneck. All of it is 10mm.
Johnny, you got anything?
I need to find my 10mm.
I needed a 10mm 12-point last night that was unavailable.
Right.
That would have been nice.
Wow.
Hammer, we got anything else?
We all have 10mm
Well, we
problems.
basically Ken Andrews. We didn't get him last night, and I've been pimping the shit out of Life Vantage like a motherfucker. So.
Well, I'm just trying. We're basically going to be killing it here soon.
Okay,
so I just
kill it
want to
then.
make sure that we had everybody covered.
Well, in other news, the Trans Am doesn't have an exhaust leak no more.
Another 30 minutes.
It doesn't have a what?
An exhaust leak no more. Yeah.
It
had a manifold exhaust leak. Fixed it. It was a bitch.
JB Weld.
No, I did it correctly. I pulled down the header, put a new gasket in, and which was a bitch because Pontiac motors, the header doesn't bolt on the side of the motor. It like comes down, and it's a bitch. So it's fun. It was fun.
Isn't GM all still pretty much the same? It's still
Different
a GM
motors.
motor.
The 400 is a Pontiac Olds motor.
I know, but it's still a General Motors motor.
Right, but it's not at the same time.
Okay.
Because a 350 head, the header comes like kind of curves up to the motor, rather mine slants down.
Okay.
So
I'm not familiar with the GM motors.
Do exhaust
Okay, let's go
manifold
fishing.
studs on a Triton, and then there you go. But yeah, I feel your pain.
Yeah, it wasn't fun.
There you go.
Fuck it, let's go fishing.
I was just going to say.
Okay. All right, guys. So, yeah, if nobody else got anything else to say, anybody?
Check out Slide Society Drifting on Facebook. Slide Society Drifting, also drifting on Instagram as well. Yeah, that's all I gotta say.
You said
I said
Check out all our shit on Facebook, as well as click the links in the description of this program for great products and prizes.
We have products?
We don't, but our sponsors do. And also, if you guys are any inquiries for T-shirts or stickers that you want, Bad Habits Network, please contact attentionfordetail.com.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
All right, well, I guess we are out of here, so...
Let's go fishing.
You guys can say goodbye.
Adios, muchachos.
Fuck you guys, we're out.